Okay, can you tell me your name, please?
Christine Kaplan.
Okay, Christine Kaplan. Where are we right now?
We are on the fuel dock, Gas House Cove Marina.
Yes? And what happens here at this fuel dock, Gas Cove Marina?
What we do is we provide gas and diesel to the marine population 7 days a week.
And who does that include?
That includes the United States Coast Guard, the San Francisco Police and Fire Department. It includes the California Fish and Wildlife. It includes the fleet of boats from Caltrans that take care of our bridges, all the commercial fishing vessels, and any personal pleasure boat that floats on our bay.
Okay, and how long you been here?
Been here for 50 years.
Okay. All right. Now, you also provide more than just fuel services, am I correct?
That's correct.
What else do you provide here?
Well, we have a facility that is used by the emergency vessels when they have a medical emergency out on the bay. If they need to bring a person in to meet an ambulance or a fire truck, we are the location that happens.
I see. Is there any other location around here to meet emergency medical needs of people out on the water?
To my knowledge, there's no place that's closer or faster than this location.
Okay, and I see a lot of boat slips out here, but are those practically usable for emergency services?
No, there's no way for the EMTs or the police or fire to get access into the gates. They're locked.
Okay. Now, and you've had occasion here where this fuel dock has been used for emergency services to be provided?
We have. There's been heart attacks out on Alcatraz, tourists that are taking the tour, and there have been boat collisions. There's also a mock ferry disaster that they implement every year, where all the different agencies get together and they rescue between 100 and 150 people out of the water, and they bring them here.
And you also provide pump ahead services, am I correct?
We do. Every vessel that has restroom facilities on board is required to have a holding tank, and we have the facility to pump that out.
So you people pump it out here so they don't pump it in the bay?
Right.
Okay, that's the law now.
That's the law.
Okay. All right. Now, as I understand it, there is a proposal for this harbor. Gas House Cove is what it's called, right?
Correct.
And what's the proposal as so far as it affects you?
They are proposing moving the fuel dock, this facility, up to the West Harbor.
Okay. All right. Eliminating it from here.
Yes.
Is that a practical thing to do?
In my opinion, it's not only impractical, it's irresponsible and unsafe.
Why is that?
Well, for many reasons. If the fuel that we need on the dock would have to be buried somewhere near the Marina Greens. And as a San Francisco resident, you know that the Marina Greens are not secure from any earthquake motion. The designers have also chosen a spot that is much rougher than our harbor is here, and they've also proposed a spot that is much more congested, and having the fuel dock isolated in this small corner of Gas House Cove just adds protection to the community. Doesn't put the community at risk that, God forbid, there should be some sort of accident with a boat exploding or with a fuel spill.
Okay. Now, the new proposal, can you tell me what the new proposal would mean for the slips as we're looking at them right now, where boats are harbored?
It would mean the permanent removal of, I believe, at least 4 piers of slips, leaving 3 to be rebuilt.
Okay, 4 piers of slips would be eliminated in about how many? Do you have an idea of how many?
A couple hundred.
A couple hundred is being pulled out. And what would be taking the place of these slips? And we're looking at them right now. We're looking generally the slips that would be pulled out. And what would be put in its place?
As I understand the proposal, nothing.
Okay.
They're talking about just removing them and leaving this area vacant.
Okay. I've seen proposals where they're talking about having this uh, publicly accessible for water use for recreational purposes for waders, kayakers, people to go walk along the water side, maybe go for swims. Can you tell us about whether your experience is that this would be a good idea to open this up to public access for people who want to start wading in and swimming and using their kayaks? What's your opinion on that?
I think it is a poor idea for a lot of reasons.
Why?
One, I think um, the natural uh, the natural aspect of this particular cove is not conducive to anyone wanting to walk on its bottom. It is not sandy. It is a mucky, mud, sticky. It's not toxic. It's just mud. It's just the nature of this particular cove.
Not the kind of place you want your kids squishing their toes in between.
In fact, it's worse than that, because if you were to step off the rocky berm into the water, off the rocks, you would sink. It would be like stepping into very soft snow.
Now, there's also a outflow that's right alongside this fuel dock. Am I correct?
There is. It's called the Laguna Street outflow. It is a concrete pipe about 6 feet in diameter.
Right.
And then what happens when we get a big rain and the city's sewage system can't handle the rainwater and the sewage, that opens up and a river, a torrent of sewage and rainwater come flowing out of there.
Really? And when was the last time you saw that happen?
I saw it on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2022.
I see. And is that expected to pick up, that there will be more of this, I'm going to call it sewage waste, but is wastewater coming out of sewage pipes, is it not?
Yes, and I've been told by a couple of different agencies that we should expect that in the future
That would
as
be
a common occurrence.
that would be an outflow into the same area that the city is proposing would be opened up for public access for wading, for swimming, for kayaking, things of that nature.
Exactly.
And you would be kayaking, paddling, or wading right in the sewage filled water out here.
Yes.
Okay, can we take a look at what that is? Why don't you
Sure.
please lead us? Okay, so this is the
So they installed the grate.
hold on, let me get a better shot. There it is.
They installed the grate not that long ago, perhaps 10 years ago, to dissuade, kids from walking up the pipe.
Yes.
But
Well, we're not talking about the danger to the water from the kids getting up the pipe. The
Right.
danger from the water is that it pollutes this whole area that we're talking about
It
here. Isn't
does.
that correct?
Well, the fish and the birds and the seals don't seem to mind, but I don't think it's good for people.
And this is not treated water that's coming out of
No,
here.
it is not treated.
Not at all. It just comes down from the
Right.
through the whatever water gets into the sewer grates, gets into the waste, gets into the sewer lines from the houses and the offices comes out there. Okay.
Happy. But the current proposal is very bad.
Okay. Go ahead. Don't hold back.
Proposing to put this marina in front of the promenade on the Marina Greens is not attractive to boat owners because of the surge and how rough it is and how windy it is there. It's not attractive to the passerby that wants to see boats in their unobstructed views. It's a very dangerous place to put a fuel dock for all the reasons that I've mentioned before. It's.
Let me ask you this question. When we're talking about the new proposed harbor, we're talking about new proposed harbor that is about 247 boats that is proposed to be built on the other side of the retaining wall that is alongside the Marina Greens. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. And that proposal you have a problem with because of the concern you have. Let's talk about it. The force of the current, the force of the wind. In addition to that, you've got the blockage of the view from the boats, and of course, is the ecological concerns about the water flow being interrupted. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, listen. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time here.
Thank you.